And now, from the combined newsrooms of KARK4 and Fox 16, breaking news coverage.
And good afternoon to you. I'm Mitch McCoy. It is 3 o'clock here at KARK and Fox 16 in Little Rock. We come on this digital special report to tell you about some breaking news up in North Little Rock. The police department there just announcing moments ago that the police officer, a sergeant, has died after a battle with COVID-19. The North Little Rock Police Department just saying a little while ago that this is the first police officer to die in the line of duty here in the state of Arkansas after contracting and battling COVID-19. And let me show you a photo of the sergeant that we're talking about here. We're talking about this man right here. His name is Sergeant J.L. Buck Dancy, commonly referred to as Buck, as we're learning here today. He was 62 years old. He's been with the North Little Rock Police Department since June of 1985. Soak that in. A North Little Rock police sergeant has died after a battle with COVID-19, according to the North Little Rock Police Department, the first police officer to die in the line of duty in the state of Arkansas after contracting and battling COVID-19. It is our understanding that this sergeant has been battling the coronavirus for the past several weeks, and he passed away. It is our understanding today. This is a photo that the North Little Rock Police Department sent us today as the department there announces his death. We know that he's been with the North Little Rock Police Department since June of 1985, working in multiple facets of law enforcement, which spans 3 decades. He has worked in numerous divisions of the North Little Rock Police Department, according to police officials there. But it's our understanding that his true love for law enforcement and his day-to-day operation was in the detective division, in the Crimes Against Persons unit. So, you know, backstory here, Crimes Against Persons would be a homicide detective. It would be a violent crimes detective. So he was the one, as a sergeant, would supervise other detectives and would ensure justice is served for the victims when a case is assigned to the Crimes Against Persons unit. He, the chief of police in North Little Rock, calling him the Rock of the detective division, where he was assigned, where he was a supervisor, seasoning young detectives in the law enforcement profession. This, I'm going to quote the North Little Rock Chief of Police here. The North Little Rock Chief of Police saying that one of his best attributes was his ability to lean on his faith and help the families of victims of violent crimes. He's affected so many people, we are all still in shock. That is what the North Little Rock Police Department has put out today as they announce one of their own has died due to complications of COVID-19. If you're just joining us, we are coming across all of our digital platforms to provide this special report on KARK.com, Fox16.com, and all of our social media accounts as we learn today that Sergeant J.L. Dancy, commonly referred to as Buck, has died after complications with COVID-19. He was 62 years old. The North Little Rock Police Department saying that Sergeant Dancy is the first police officer in the line of duty here in Arkansas to die after contracting and battling COVID-19. The sergeant has been fighting this horrible virus for the last several weeks, according to law enforcement officials up there. We will have much more on this story coming up in our later newscasts. Of course, KRK 4 News at 6 is going to be our first newscast. Football is on right now. We'll have Fox 16 News at 9 also covering this story, and I invite you to check our website, krk.com, fox16.com, as we learn much more on this story, as we learn the North Little Rock Police Department. Their hearts are breaking today after learning that Sergeant Dancy, commonly referred to as Buck, passed away at the age of 62, the first police officer in the line to die in the line of duty in the state of Arkansas after contracting and battling COVID-19 for the last several weeks. I'm Mitch McCoy. It's just after 3 o'clock here at KARK.